News. 24 hours. News, Mississippi.
I'm Courtney Carter, and this is the Weekly Rundown. So this week we're going to look at some of the stories that you have been talking about the most on our Facebook page at facebook.com/newsms.fm. Now, the first one is the lottery. Now, bills that would have created a lottery actually died on the House floor, and you're not too happy about it. Actually, we had a couple of comments on our Facebook page, but the theme overall was, well, I guess I'll just keep jumping state lines to go buy my lottery tickets elsewhere. So this bill would have created a state lottery, and it would have joined us in with the Powerball. However, it didn't happen. It was killed whenever the House did not take it up on Thursday. And again, you've been really mad about that when you're saying that Mississippi could use the money that could be generated from the lottery. You're also saying that it would be nice to save a little gas money and spend a little money here in Mississippi by not having to travel over state lines to get your tickets. But again, you may have to wait for a little while longer. However, sports betting, that's another possibility here in Mississippi, as those bills are still living, and you can find out more on those online at newsms.fm. Now, another one that you've been talking about this week, execution and how to execute here in Mississippi. So as you know, that there have been some of the injection drugs that have been made illegal and you can't get them anymore. And so now Mississippi is looking at other means. There were talks of a firing squad. Now here's the thing. The firing squad, it's been used before and then it was taken off the books, but the thing is the Supreme Court has backed it before. And so if you can't have lethal injection, a lot of you are saying that it's perfectly okay to have the firing range because, again, you need to have some way to carry out the law. Now, Attorney General Jim Hood said that he would continue to fight for Mississippi to have death penalty options and that the firing range, even gas chambers, had been upheld by the Supreme Court before. So right now, the state that they're moving into, leaning toward the firing range, or the firing squad rather, those are actually perfectly legal. And so those are some options that you may see as the legislative session rolls on, but we'll continue to keep up with those bills for you. Now, another one that really had you talking this week is the fact that there's going to be a march on Nissan on March 4th. Bernie Sanders will be making the trip to Mississippi. He's going to be participating in that march, and he's part of the festivities there. And you're saying that some of these out-of-state folks need to just stay out of it. You're also worried that maybe Nissan's going to be ran off by all of the protesting. There have been tons of protests at Nissan, but here's why. People are claiming that the working conditions there are unfair. They're just poor conditions, downright dangerous, and that if somebody gets hurt and then they have to take time off, when they come back, they're immediately drug tested. And if there's painkillers in their system, they get fired. That's what people are saying on Facebook, and that's what past claims have been before. Now, activist groups such as MIRA, the Mississippi Immigrants' Rights Alliance, they are really pushing for this, as well as other advocacy groups that support fair wages and safe working conditions. Those will also be part of this march. But News Mississippi will continue to keep you updated on that as more details come out. Now, here's another one that's really had you talking, and it's a more lighthearted story. So Denzel Kimdichie, he was a linebacker for Ole Miss. He was going to be interviewed on Head to Head Radio on Thursday. They made the call. He answered the phone. They had him ready. He was on hold per the usual process, but somewhere in the meantime, it was nap time. And Denzel Kimdichie actually fell asleep, and when they went to him live on air, you heard his snores. And as you can imagine, it was about as awkward as it can be. And you can hear those clips on our website at newsms.fm. You can also get more information on the go, on demand, with the News Mississippi app available for Android or iOS. I'm Courtney Carter, and this is the Weekly Rundown.